Hey there, horror fans. It's your boy Phil here, second time today. I'm back at it. I'm back at it tonight, guys. I thought I'd come on for an hour. I was bored, so I thought I'd come hang with you. I grabbed 3 Blu-rays today. I'm going to show those off, and I pulled out 2 drawers of just miscellaneous stuff that I'm going to show off. Some pretty cool stuff, I guess. Brah, it's 8:52, Phil. Go to bed. My bedtime is midnight. I will be in bed by my bedtime, which is midnight. We will see if anyone wants to come and play. Just sharing out the stream to a few people. And we will see if anyone wants to come and play. Paul Phoenix is here. He says hi. Paul Phoenix says back like cook crack. Glenn is in the house. What is up, Glenn? Got 3 Blu-rays in today, and I pulled out a couple drawers. Just gonna go through the drawers and see what is there. But yeah, might be some cool stuff, might not be. Who knows? Paul says doubles as a bug zapper. Yep. That Friday the 13th light in the left corner is cool. Glenn's chilling. So, Glenn, I finally picked up my Tales from the Dark Side Collector's Edition, the movie. With slipcover. I did switch the slipcover around, or the slip inside the Blu-ray around to give the original cover art. So now you have the newly commissioned on the slipcover and the original on the Blu-ray. And from the clever and creepy minds of Stephen King, Michael McDowell, George A. Romero, and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle comes an all-star anthology of horror to keep from being eaten by a modern-day witch. A young paperboy weaves 4 twisted stories to distract her. In Lot 249, a vengeful college student resurrects an evil mummy to teach unsuspecting student bodies a lesson in terror. Then the cat from hell follows a furry black feline who cannot be killed. He may have 9 lives, but those who cross his path are not so lucky. Finally, in Lover's Vow, a stone gargoyle comes to life to commit murder in this classic cult favorite. Fear is a dish best served cold. Lots of new stuff on this one. It is the collector's edition. A Lover's Vow is my favorite out of the 3 stories, but I like them all. But yeah, Lover's Vow, awesome. Tim has joined in the fun. He says, "Hey, Phil's creepy videos. Hope you're doing well, man. I am. Glenn says, hell yeah, right on. Tim says, do you have any Tales from the Crypt items? I have all 7 seasons of Tales from the Crypt. No real items per se. Paul says, you promised you'd never tell. Yeah, I just watched it. It's so good. Paul says, Bellingham sends his regards. The next Blu-ray I picked up is also from Stephen King, and it is Stephen King's Graveyard Shift. This was an upgrade for me from the Snapcase DVD. So now I have Graveyard Shift on Blu-ray. What's it all about? For master storyteller Stephen King comes his most terror-filled tale yet. When an abandoned textile mill is reopened, several employees meet mysterious deaths. The link between the killings is the hour. All occurred between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m., the graveyard shift. The sadistic mill foreman has chosen a group to clean up the mill's rat-infested basement. But what the workers find is a subterranean maze of tunnels leading to the cemetery and an unimaginable horror that comes alive in the dead of night. That's Graveyard Shift. It's a giant bat. Spoiler alert. But yeah, Brad Dourif's in this movie. He's fantastic in this. The guy that plays the foreman is fantastically evil. And yeah, just a really good movie. Graveyard Shift. Stephen King's Graveyard Shift. This was, what year was this? 1990. 1990, guys. Paul says, I have a Crypt Keeper doll in a tux that talks. That's amazing. Paul says, nice. Aunt has joined. He says, good evening. Jay says, how much was Graveyard Shift? It was about $28, I think. Swaggy Duck is here. They say, Myers Studios says, looks good. Old School Shinobi is back in the chat. Phil pulling a double shift today. Yes, I am. I got bored. Thought I'd pop on. Old School says, just got back from my Dollar Tree and picked up some nice stuff. Very cool. Very, very cool. I just watched Blu-ray Lantern's Dollar Tree haul video. Go check out Blu-ray Lantern. Ant says Graveyard Shift is amazing. I agree. Jay says Brad Dourif is good in body parts. I also bought that Blu-ray. Paul says, I think I've seen every Stephen King story movie. Paul says Christine is a good one. Yes, it is. Yeah, Blu-ray Lantern just posted his Dollar Tree haul today. He went to 2 Dollar Trees and got like over 10 DVDs and Blu-rays at each one, all horror, so quality video. Go check it out. Last on the Blu-ray front, I got Zombie 5 Killing Birds. Zombie 5, guys, Killing Birds. Inside, it's called Raptors. Same kind of artwork there. Then on the inside, if we take the disc out, you do have Zombie 5 Killing Birds with the Zombie 5 title above the raptor. But I like the raptor artwork there, so I just flipped it around. The outside does say Killing Birds, and I know it's Zombie 5, so it says a group of college-aged ornithologists have taken a class trip deep into the wilderness on a quest to find study a rare and possibly extinct species of bird. Despite receiving ominous warnings, both human and avian, they set up camp in a musty old house only to find themselves under siege from mysterious supernatural forces. But it's not just the house or the hordes of hungry birds that they have to worry about. They quickly realize that they're also going to have to contend with a group of bloodthirsty zombies who have descended on the deserted farmhouse. A positively jaw-dropping slice of late 80s horror, as only Italians are capable of imagining. Claudio Lattanzi's Killing Birds, aka Zombie 5 and Raptors, is an everything but the kitchen sink stylized thriller which piles on gore and insane plot twists. Starring Laura Wendell and Robert Vaughn, and produced by exploitation author Joe D'Amato, Vinegar Syndrome brings Killing Birds to Blu-ray for the first time, newly remastered in 2K from its original negative. I watched this one this afternoon, guys. The transfer is fantastic. And yeah, it's convoluted, but a lot of fun. So that is Zombie 5, Killing Birds. Glenn says, how about American Gothic? Yep, I've got that on Blu-ray. Myers Studio says, hey, do you have any horror Funko Pops? Just asking. Yep, I got lots. I just got this 10-inch Chucky. 10-inch Chucky. Love this guy. Super cool. 10-inch Chucky Funko Pop. He can do a headstand. I think maybe he was doing it earlier. There we go. Headstanding 10-inch Chucky. I got all 4 Killer Clowns. Sackhead Jason. Here's like Jack Torrance Chase in a pop protector, no less. I got Carrie, all 4 Killer Clowns, all 6 Krampus, whole bunch of Funko Pops. Glenn says, I have Zombie 5 on DVD. That's amazing. Old School Shinobi says, most of mine, Horror, Murder Party, Night Shift, The Shadow Man, Storage 24, American Nightmares, Rampant, and The Signal. A couple of non-horror too. Paul says, zombie killing birds, they will peck your eyes out and then feast on your brains. That's the one. Old School Shinobi says, I have a really old zombie box set on straight DVD. That's amazing. Paul says, zombie killing birds cannot be stopped, only slowed down with bread, so bring lots of bread or you'll meet your end. That's true. Old School Shinobi says, does that release have a separate CD with soundtrack? One of the zombie sequel re-release had an awesome score and rock song. I think part 1 did come with the soundtrack, but no soundtrack on that one. Old School says, Grandpa Stroman better get his yeast factory in gear. Yep, Star Trekker has joined. Hello, Phil. Please explain Phantasm. Phantasm is the tall man, and he has mystical powers. He has little demonic minions helping him, and he's killing people and putting their souls into little spheres and turning them into his minions and trying to take over the planet slowly, one town at a time. He's the tall man. Myers says, oh yeah, Chucky forgot about your pops. I'm dumb, haha. Myers says, Heidi ho, ha ha ha. Interweb Kaiju says, hey Phil, there's 6 different Krampus Pops. Yes, there is. Do you play horror video games like Resident Evil? I do have the Friday the 13th game. So yeah, play some Friday the 13th every now and then. Yes, there are 2 Chase Krampus Pops. There's the original Krampus Pop. There's a Hot Topic Fleeced Krampus Pop. Then there's an FYE Frozen Krampus Pop, and then the brand new Hot Topic exclusive last year Krampus Pop with the little kid in the bucket. Paul says, do you play horror video games like Resident Evil? I play Friday the 13th. Jay says, have you played Splatterhouse? No, I have not. The other one that I play that I have on my PS4 is the one where you can play as Michael Myers or you can play as Leatherface and hang your victims on the hook. You have to like clear all these little, you know what I'm talking about. Dead by Daylight, that's it. Thank you, Paul. Old School says, has anyone seen Krampus 2? Dollar Tree had it, but there have been so many Krampus films, I have no idea which one this is a sequel to. Yeah, there are way too many Krampus films. Myers says, just picked up NEC Ultimate 2020 Convention exclusive Alien Glow in the Dark. Nice. David is back. How did the mall excursion go? The mall excursion went fine. Thank you for asking. The package at the mail post office was Killing Birds, which was Zombie 5, Killing Birds. And then at the mall, I did pick up Stephen King's Graveyard Shift on Blu-ray and Tales from the Crypt Collector's Edition, the movie with slipcover. So, win-win at the mall. Glenn says, my mom picked it up. Glenn says, Krampus 2. Old School says, Krampus 2 when Krampus gets old. So this drawer, here's a brain I made out of clay. I have a silicone brain mold ice cube tray. So I filled the ice cube tray with clay. Actually, it's possibly even plaster. I think it is plaster of Paris now that I think about it. But filled it with the plaster, let it harden overnight, and out popped a nice rock hard brain that I did a pink wash over. So I just kind of did a pink wash on it. It does have a few air bubble holes. You can see a big hole right there. But all in all, not too bad. Couple small little holes right there. But yeah, it's a brain. I don't know. It was just craft time at the household. What are good horror movies set at the drive-in? Drive-in Massacre. What's that? There's another drive-in one where it's something drive-in. Wait, they made Tales from the Crypt movie. Gotta pick that up. Yep. David says, very nice. I haven't seen Graveyard Shift in probably 30 years. Glenn says, thumbs up. Old School says, very nice. Phil, artsy too. I make framed collage prints using little grindhouse film posters. That's amazing. Interweb Kaiju says, very cool. Didn't think ice cube trays would have so much detail. Shar says, hey everyone, nice brain, Phil. Next. These are out of package, and I forget what they're called. I'm pretty sure they are Mezco. I think it's Tiny Terrors. So there's a Leatherface Tiny Terror. And then there's a Freddy Tiny Terror. And then a Jason. Tiny Tear. And they only did a line of 3. But they did all 3 in glow-in-the-dark as well. So I have all 3 in glow-in-the-dark. There's Leatherface, glow-in-the-dark. There's Jason, glow-in-the-dark. And there is Freddy, glow-in-the-dark. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Paul says Dead End Drive-In. That's the one I was thinking of, with the guy with face makeup on the cover. Old School says, hey, Sharkhorn. Old School says, saw the remake of Town That Dreaded Sundown, which opened at a drive-in. I think it's more of a sequel. Shar says, hello, Old School. Glenn says, Dead End Drive-In is more apocalyptic. Paul says, not really horror, but still worth watching. Old School says, the setting of the film's opening was a drive-in. That is. Paul says, only movie I can think of I've seen at the drive-in. Glenn says, apocalyptic. Jay says, Monster Squad has a scene in drive-in, I think. Paul says, anyone seen this new Dracula BBC series? I'm pretty sure in the Blob remake, the kids watch through binoculars a drive-in. They see Camp Blood 25 or something like that, where the hockey mask killer comes out from behind a bush. But yeah, the Blob remake, they watch a drive-in from their house, from the roof, I think. Anyone seen this new Dracula BBC series? No, but a lot of people have told me to watch it. Paul says Monster Squad is a great movie, still holds up. Paul says the effects are amazing. Next, I have this little Billy face thing, which, I don't know, I think it was a keychain. Little Billy resin head. And it was a keychain. He did have a hole in the top of his head, which I filled with a bit of resin and then painted it over white. I still need to kind of sand it a little bit. It's kind of janky right there. But really nice. I did spray gloss this as well. It's just black on the bottom. But pretty cool Billy head. Want to play a game? The effects are amazing. Just checked. There was a movie called Drive-In 2000, got a 2.8 out of 10. But yeah, you know, Old School says love Monster Squad. David says haven't seen Dracula BBC series. I did watch the Dracula series with Jonathan Ray Myers. Rose, Old School, interested to see where the Saw reboot spiral goes. Yeah, wasn't it supposed to be out already, but got delayed with Corona or something? Okay, I'm not going to show each of these because there are some duplicates. So I'll just show all of any duplicates. There's 4 Hot Topic pocket pops of Ash. Don't ask me why I have 4. I don't know. They probably came in Hot Topic boxes that I was trying to score a chase pop in or something to that effect. But it's your basic Ash mini pop. He's got his little chainsaw there. So 4 Ash. Good for trade boxes. I always just forget that they're in these drawers, and then I do trade boxes, and they just kind of stay here. So here is Pennywise with balloon. Little pocket pop keychain. This is Pennywise with spider legs. Pocket pop keychain. And this is Pennywise with wig. Pocket pop keychain. Then we have Chucky, which is similar to my 10-inch, except very, very small. And last in that drawer is Jason. Give Jason his close-up. So that's everything in that drawer. Paul's tired of Saw movies. Yeah, so am I. Old School says, me too, honestly. Unless they've got a really good hook, don't bother. Old School says, who would win, Pennywise versus Jeepers Creepers? I don't know. Londa Literate has arrived and joined us in the chat, and she says, hi, this is old people bedtime. Old School says, don't they both only emerge every 27 years? I believe that is correct. Dead Time Stories is amazing. I love the Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Kind of a Carrie. A lady with telekinetic powers and these three kind of bank robbers or criminals. Glenn says, LOL. I have Nightmares on Blu-ray. Nightmares on Blu-ray. It's this year's sleeper. Glenn says, love that anthology. Yeah, me too. Nightmares is fantastic. I don't know if we're going to get to this other drawer or not. I don't know where I got this, but this is some Hypnosil for Nancy Thompson. Speaking of nightmares, these will prevent you from having them. Nancy Thompson Hypnosil, you got about 5 big capsules in there of your Hypnosil. They're like big horse pills. So yeah, got my Hypnocell. Here's a teeny weeny little Carrie figure. They're so small. And then here's another Carrie Lego. She's ready for the prom. She's sad. Why'd they pour pig blood on her? Thought there was a Jason one in here somewhere too, but I do not see him. This one's kind of cool. This is, what is this? Royal Highness, or not Royal Highness. Loyal Subjects. Loyal Subjects Reagan. And you can have her with the feet, so she stands. She stands really, really good. But then I have this. I didn't score the headboard. So it does come with a headboard, but headboard's a separate piece. Did not score the headboard, but I have the bed. And then you just pop the torso off the upper half. And then you can just pop it onto the bed. And now it's Reagan in the bed. I know I didn't push it on all the way, but you get the idea. So now she's sitting in the bed. So kind of a cool idea. But yeah, I like that little Reagan. Old School says, great flick. I remember seeing an ad for Nightmares on back of old Twilight Zone magazine when I was a kid. That's cool. Paul says, Jason versus Freddy. Myers Studios says, awesome pill, Phil. Old School says, FDA approved. Paul says, not approved by FDA. Glenn says, awesome. Paul says, approved. Myers says, welcome to prime time. Old School says horror Legos need to become a thing. You can't get horror Legos. Freddy's Dead, welcome to prime time. Great intro to a bad movie. I remember the Freddy's Dead 3D glasses. I showed those off this afternoon. Paul says I was a kid. Coffin Crew has entered into the chat. And he says, what up, Phil? Not much. What's up with you? AKA Crypt 6. What else is cool? Here is Bloody and Not Bloody Surgeon Freddy. Bloody and Not Bloody Surgeon Freddy. So those are kind of cool. Then we have a couple Freddies. I think they are just the same. One is just missing his hat. I don't know if his hat is in there somewhere. Yeah, it's right here. So there's a couple Freddies. One is bloody, or one has a bloody hat and the other doesn't. I guess he does have blood on him, so one is the regular, one is the bloody. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Then here's a black and white Pennywise, the OG Tim Curry. He does have 3 balloons. OG black and white variant Pennywise. Pretty cool. Different line. Little Georgie and his boat. Then you have a dancing Pennywise. And a Pennywise with balloon. Old School says, "Sup, Coffin Crew." Paul says, "The nurse sex scene in Dream Warriors, not a bad way to go out." Coffin Crew says, "Hello, Old School." Crystal's Texas Randomness says, "Hey, everyone." Waving person. Glenn says, "Phil, you see Slasher Junkie's new bust?" Yes, I did. Paul said, "The cockroach kill in Nightmare 4 is the funniest." Yeah. Len says, "Wave." Crystal's Texas Randomness says, "My house always blocks my signals, so my internet buffers really bad." Glenn says, "Dead zone in my house too." Crystal says, "Buffering." Glenn says, "Wi-Fi helps if you have good Wi-Fi." Old School says, "Don't know if I was clickbait, but saw a headline that King was writing a sequel to it." Paul said, "Rip to your Wi-Fi. RIP to your Wi-Fi." Crystal says, "Yep, but I'm already paying for internet on my iPad via with my phone company. I think they're charging me too much." They probably are. They probably are. I have a large, I don't know how many inches, but it's the Alien Queen, and you can't see it with the glare, so I'm going to take this out of the box and show you guys. Really nice big head plate on her. I got this from Jason Churchill. Looks evil. So that is the Alien Queen. Now the question, can I get her back in the box? I think I did it. Alien Queen, back in the box. Here's a random rock candy Elvira. I don't know why I bought a rock candy Elvira, but I guess at the time I figured I needed a rock candy Elvira. Pretty nice sculpt. Comes with a little display base, so you can display it. But I just gave her a breather, and now she's going right back in. What happened here? Oh, I see what happened. There we go. She's back in her coffin. Back in her cardboard coffin. Crystal says, I just ordered Tales from the Dark Side. I'm so happy. I just got Tales from the Dark Side today. This is the movie, if that's what you're talking about. I watched it this afternoon. Incredible, as always. Paul says, that's an awesome model. Old school, by far the best pop I think I've seen. Ant says, Alien Queen is sweet looking. Jay says, I need that graveyard shift. It's Screen Factory. It is not a collector's edition. Go get yourself a graveyard shift. Paul says, I have a 1979 Xenomorph quarter-inch OG box. Cool. That is amazing. Crystal says, nice. Glenn says, I don't really care that for pups that much, but I have to admit that's pretty dope. Thank you, thank you. Old School says, the original 10 or 12-inch figure, Paul. That's an awesome piece to have. Paul says, yes. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Awesome, awesome figure. Me either, Sinister, but I wouldn't mind collecting the horror ones. Glenn says, yes, Crystal, I have like 5 myself. Crystal says, which ones do you have? Sinister. Sinister says, Hannibal Bloody variant, I guess you could say. The Creep, The Nun, Batman Who Laughs, and Pennywise Funhouse. That's cool. Paul says, Tales from the Hood. I own it on blue, plus part 2. Crystal says, no, I ordered the episodes, I think it is. Tales from the Dark Side, the collection. That's awesome. Jay says, are you getting Event Horizon Blu-ray? Probably. Crystal, I already have it on Blu-ray, but I think that's the Universal or something like that. Crystal says, I'm also going to order Tales from the Crypt episodes 2. Those are fun. I have all 7 seasons. I love Tales from the Crypt. They're so much fun. For real. Trilogy of Terror 1975 starring Karen Black. That's fantastic, Paul. And I actually do have Trilogy of Terror 2 on Blu-ray as well. Who put that out? Kino Lorber put out Trilogy of Terror 2. Old School says the DVD I got at Dollar Tree tonight, American Nightmare, is from the Tales from the Hood creators. That's awesome. Jay says, do you like Demon Knight or Bordello better? I like Demon Knight better, but I do like Bordello. Walmart in my town is selling the set. You might want to check your Walmart. Yes, I was at a Walmart tonight and they had 2 Tales from the Crypt box sets. 2 in stock sitting there waiting for you to buy. Paul says Bordello sucks. Paul says, in my opinion, it's not the greatest, but I like Corey Feldman, who's in that movie. And I like the comedian guy who's the private detective. I really like him. So it's an okay watch for me. Old School says, I can't stand Dennis Miller. That's who I mean. Crystal says, I'm going to restart this thing. It's buffering way too much. I'll catch y'all later. Dancing Girl. Pooping Girl. Old School says, see you, Crystals. Glenn says, I like Bordello. Me too. Paul says, the best goddamn ass. There's a flute lady. If you're worried about the flute lady, there she is. Yeah, Rituals. Yeah, I like that one too. Glenn says, LOL. Old School Shinobi says, I really like Rituals, the oft forgotten Tales from the Crypt film. Yep. All right, you guys want to play some trivia? First one that gets it in the chat gets a undetermined amount of bonus points. So you just try and score some bonus points, guys. What special effects artist created the werewolf transformation scene in An American Werewolf in London? Let's try to get this, guys. Rick Baker says Old School Shinobi, and he is right. Old school Shinobi gets 25,000 bonus points right now. Christopher Lee portrayed what character in The Wicker Man? What's up, James? Old school Shinobi gets it. It is Lord Summersisle. Old school Shinobi coming in with Lord Summersisle. He gets 84,000 bonus points. This is an easy one, guys. First one that keys it in gets it. In Pet Cemetery, what type of vehicle hits Gage Creed on the highway near the family house? Paul coming in with truck gets it. 57,000 bonus points. In Poltergeist, on what is the housing community Costa Verde built? Old school Shinobi. A cemetery, so I'll give it to you. Indian burial ground. That's 9 points, 9 bonus points. Congratulations for that. Big 9 bonus points. Anyone remember the one Simpsons episode, Treehouse of Horror? What member of the Hardesty family survives the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Sally or Franklin? Old school Shinobi. 15 bonus points. See, these are either way, way, way too easy or way, way, way too hard. In Signs, what kind of headgear does the son of protagonist Graham Hess believe protects against alien waves? Paul, that's true. Old school Shinobi says tinfoil, and the answer is tinfoil hats. That is 58 million bonus points for old school Shinobi. Who directed Black Sunday? Old school Shinobi comes in with Mario Bava. 82 bonus points. James's dad. Who wrote The Mist? King is correct. James, you can have 12,000 bonus points. Old School Shinobi comes in with King, and I will give him 12,000 as well. Paul says, Mask of Satan, Black Sunday. What German electronic band composed the music for Near Dark? Old School Shinobi coming in with Tangerine Dream. He is correct. They also did the soundtrack for The Keep. American Psycho was based on a novel of the same name by what author? Old School Shinobi coming in with Bret Easton Ellis, which is the correct answer. Let the Right One In, 2008, was based on the novel of the same name by what author? Someone could have had it Googled by now. It is not Judy Blume. It is John Elvide Lindqvist. What film was the first collaboration between writer-director M. Night Shyamalan and actor Bruce Willis? Correct. It is The Sixth Sense. That is 42,000 bonus points. In Texas Chainsaw Massacre, how is the hitchhiker related to Leatherface? I don't think they're cousins. Yep, Paul got it, brother. They are brothers. That was a little trivia. My hour's up. I said I'd only come on for an hour. It's 59 and counting. But yeah, that was kind of fun. Thanks for another quick hangout. And yeah, to everyone in the chat, thanks for swinging on by. If you like great horror content, make sure to sub to Phil's Creepy Videos. Hit the bell notification to be notified every time I go live and or drop a new video. And thanks to everyone who spent some time with me. Old School, that was fun. Have a great night, everyone. That's my time. Thanks for yours. Have a good one, guys. Peace.